Your life is not stuck. It is obedient. It is obeying the level of commitment you've shown, not the promises you made when you were emotional, not the goals you wrote when you were inspired, not even the declarations you shouted when you were hopeful. Your life is responding to what you actually stayed committed to. And that's hard to hear because it means the problem is not the system, not your background, not even your lack of opportunities. It means the distance between where you are and where you say you want to be is not knowledge, it is commitment. You don't need another plan. You need to stop quitting on yourself. Because dreams don't die from lack of vision. They die from broken commitments. This is video number 6 and the final video in this year-end series. Thank you, friends, for showing up. Thank you for leaning in. Thank you for not treating this like entertainment. We've talked about honesty. We talked about responsibility, direction, thinking, not repeating the past. But now we arrive at the final gate, because none of that matters if you don't stay. Awareness without commitment is entertainment. Inspiration without follow-through is illusion. Commitment is not what you say when the energy is high. Commitment is what you do when the excitement dies. Anybody can commit when the results are quick, people are watching, progress is visible. But life is not built in visible moments. Life is built in boring repetition. Commitment is showing up when no one is clapping, when nothing seems to be changing, when the voice in your head says, "What's the point?" Here's the very uncomfortable truth. Most people don't fail because they lack discipline. They fail because they keep renegotiating. They renegotiate when it gets hard, when it gets lonely, when it stops feeding their ego. They say things like, "I'll start again tomorrow. I'll get serious next week. I'll go harder when things calm down." And little by little, something dangerous happens. They stop trusting themselves. Because every broken commitment is a message to your subconscious mind that says, "My word doesn't mean much." That's a big one. And once you don't trust yourself, everything becomes harder. Confidence drops, momentum dies, belief weakens. Not because you failed, but because you quit. If you only show up when it feels good, you're not committed. You're simply interested. And interest does not build a future. In the month of January, every year the gyms are full. New members, renewed membership, brand new shoes, fresh outfits, energy everywhere. It's palpable. You can even touch it. People are smiling, posting pictures, declaring, "This is my year." But fast forward a few weeks. The parking lot empties, the machines are free, the mirrors don't change. Not because people don't want results, not because they don't know what to do, but because they were committed to motivation, not discomfort. They love the idea of change, they don't commit to the process. And that's what most of our lives look like. Strong start, weak stays. Because commitment doesn't show up in January. It shows up when no one is watching in February. This one will hurt. Someone works on something for years. You must have seen this around you. A business or a degree, a craft, a goal, something for years. They don't see results. They get tired. They start doubting themselves. Next thing, they quit. And months later, someone else succeeds doing the same thing. Then comes the pain. This pain isn't jealousy, it is regret. Because deep down they know, if I had stayed just a little longer. That's the moment most people don't survive. Most people don't come back from there. The season where nothing is happening, but everything is forming. And commitment is the only thing that carries you through that gap. Commitment has a price tag. It is costly. Something must go for something greater to grow. You cannot commit to growth and protect comfort. You cannot commit to the future while negotiating with the past. At some point, you must say, this matters more than how I feel today. That sentence changes lives. There's a moment that separates people. It's when you're tired, or progress is invincible, or quitting feels reasonable. And in that moment, you either recommit or rationalize. You either show up anyway or tell yourself a story. That moment doesn't feel dramatic, but it changes and it decides everything. Let me leave you with this. The future you want is not asking you to be perfect. It is asking you to be consistent. This is the final video in this series. And if this series has done anything, let it convince you of this. Stop breaking promises to yourself. Commit and then commit again. Because when you commit to your commitments, life has no choice but to respond. This is not the end, friends. This is the beginning of a version of you that finally follows through. If this message resonates with you, kindly watch the other messages in the playlist. Kindly share this message with your world. And do subscribe to this channel for more truth that will change your life and perspective. Thank you once again for your support. To have a great day ahead, and bye for now. Thank you.